G'day friends, just wanted to make a quick video to admit to you all that I'm actually a Zionist. Okay, it's a bit of a shock. I've been making videos the last 12 months or so exposing certain things, and some of you thought that I was against Zionism. But today I admit to you all that I'm a Zionist, okay? But just so you understand, what I mean by that is that we have to describe exactly what a Zionist is and what Zionism is, and therefore what Zion is. Until we understand what Zion is, we can't really understand what I'm talking about. So we see the term Zion throughout the Bible, especially in the Old Testament, but even in the New Testament, about 7 times. And Zion is otherwise known as the city of David. Okay, so Zion is the city of David. And the city of David is the capital, you could say, of the nation of Israel. So Israel is the nation, Zion is the city. Okay, and it also says in the New Testament that Jesus is the king of Israel, the king of Israel. And it also says that there's neither Jew nor Greek, okay, as far as believers in Jesus. And what that means is that it doesn't make a difference what you are as far as your race goes, or the country of origin, or whatever, that all are welcome into the kingdom, and all are welcome to have Jesus as their king. So if Jesus is the king of Israel and Jesus is your king, well, that makes you a citizen of Israel, the true Israel. And if you are a citizen of Israel, well, your capital city is Zion. So Zion is a place, and it's not necessarily a physical place, but it's a city. It's where all the inhabitants of Israel come together in an organisation that basically follows the precepts and the commands of the King of Israel, Jesus. The city is where all the kind of like the administration takes place, where we're all bound together in a body. It's the capital city of that body, Zion. So if that's our hope, well, we can sort of say that we're Zionists, which is really amazing, because there are other people that say they are Zionists, and many, many organisations that are Zionist organisations. So they say. And, there is a worldwide conspiracy that includes not only Zionism in the way that is commonly seen out there, but it also includes communism. It's kind of like the other wing of the same bird. But Zionism, and some people get upset if you just say Zionism, but Zionism is the goal of the ones who say they are chosen of God. And even communism is a part of the mechanism to control the world, so that Zionism, so that the chosen ones can live in Zion with the rest of the world caught in communism and destroyed by communism that sit at their feet. So it's like Zionism is the goal, is the end goal. And some want to do it by conquest, like the ones you see there in the Middle East, and through their Zionist organisations throughout the world funding the operation and propagandising and so forth. And some think it's just going to fall in their lap, and they're against the more militant types of Zionism. But the Zionism that you see out there has a fatal fundamental flaw, and that is that it is without Christ, the King of Israel. And if you deny the King of Israel, well, your Zionism is not true. And the fruit of that is that you see how it operates. The Zionism that you see out there must operate by force one way or another. And what that means is that it has to hold the world at bay. And just as an aside, because once again, you do have these more orthodox types that say, oh, you shouldn't go and take other people's land and force this whole thing. But ultimately, even they believe that the rest of the world must be forced downward in order to hold the position, the superior position. Okay? And yeah, so the fruit of that is that it's happening by force, by forcing the rest of the world down. But the true Zionism, the true Zion, is a city of God that is the capital of Israel, that has as its head the Messiah, the anointed one, the King of Israel. And that particular king, Jesus, says that you are not to exercise authority one over the other. That means you are not to participate in socialism. You're not supposed to elect a king that forces your neighbour to contribute to your welfare. And Jesus is a king, but he's a servant king. He doesn't rule by force. And that is the difference between true Zionism and the counterfeit imposter Zionism that you see out there today. So Zion is not a dirty word, but they've made it into a dirty word. The devil's made it into a dirty word because of what a lot of people see and think is Zionism, with all the death and destruction to try and force it into existence, which is what you see. But the true Zionism is a city of God, and a city that runs by love and faith and hope. Charity is how it runs. And that's what Jesus came to show. And that's what we talk about at Preparing You. We talk about conforming to the way that Christ came to show, where human beings are supposed to operate in a system where there is no force, because that is against natural law. It's against every man's purpose of being free. Men want to be free because that's how we're built to be. We're built with freedom of choice. Exousia, it's called in the Greek. So if men are supposed to be free, why aren't we? It's because we've rejected God, we've rejected the way of Christ, who showed us a way to organise so that men could be free. The men of their society, of his society, could be free. And that nation, if you like, and it's not a nation with physical borders, it's a spiritual nation where you are a part of it, wherever you happen to stand on the face of this earth. That is the nation of Israel, where God prevails. And the city that is the capital of that nation is called Zion. Okay? So if you're a Christian, you're a Zionist in a way. A true Zionist. Which is, I thought it sounded a bit funny because Zionism is pretty much it's a bit of a dirty word out there to a lot of people that are seeking the truth. But don't let them twist the words, okay? Zion is the city of God. So just thought I'd share that with you. And until next time, peace.